My name is Martin Guzman. We organize the events.
That's a good question.
It's a good question because once we get to the track and I set up everything, I mean, I load everything, I set up everything, and then after that, my job is done. Then I ride. That's what I do. Then from then on, it's Sergio's job to go ahead and make sure that everything runs smooth. I came to have fun.
That's true.
So what's your name?
My name is Sergio Flores. Well, besides fighting with this guy, no, I'm in charge of the back end of the company, right? I do everything between the website, the registrations, I handle the finance things of the company.
So I was because I was doing track days before that for a dealer that I worked at. I used to ride in the canyons. That was my thing, right? As I started organizing track days for the dealership, it got to a point where they were only doing 2 a year, and I wanted to do more. So they said they were happy with 2. I said, no, I want to do more, so I wanted to start my own company.
Almost 10 years later. So
yeah, 10 years later, here we're still operating. I didn't know how long it's going to last, but here we are, man, and it keeps going.
My side of the story is different.
Yeah.
No. It's basically the same, but, I used to race. We're in Santiago right now in California, so I used to race back when I was fast.
Yeah,
So I was looking around. I was looking around, and somebody asked, we just asked Martin. Martin, at that time, you were racing.
I was still racing. Yeah, with CVMA.
Yeah, he was racing with CVMA. So I was like, that's the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And we connect. Like we met one day. Somebody introduced us.
He came over to the dealership to ask me if I wanted to start a track day.
Yeah, I was like, Martin.
Actually, I'm already into it. I go, but I need a website. I need to be able to charge people. I go, and I can't do that. I don't know how.
That was the basic
And he's
stuff.
all like, well, that's what I do. And I'm like, okay, well, then let's go have dinner. We had dinner, and the rest is history.
So we have, so we have
16,
about
17?
18
events
for the big track.
For the big
and
tracks.
about 6 or 7 mini racing
6 rounds
series.
of mini racing.
The first event that we have is going to be right here at Apex. Next Saturday.
The 29th.
On the 28th.
28 or 29th.
On the 28th.
28, yeah.
So we're going to be racing right here clockwise. First time. Then we go to February 10th. It's going to be on the big track at Chacuala.
Yeah. Well, so like I said, when he got me hooked on it, I went about a 65. We started training with it. We were doing 8 figure eights and stuff like that. We started coming to the track and getting more and more into it, which was kind of cool. It was something different from the big bike. You didn't have the pressure. At that time, Umra was still having sprint races here. And, we did a couple of endurance races and stuff like that. And, I just got hooked. And it was kind of cool to see everybody. I mean, the camaraderie, everybody got along. Everybody helped each other. Like if your bike broke down, you had 2, 3 dudes trying to help you get it going, So it's not the same thing as when you're racing the bigger bikes. Yeah, that's still there, but not everybody wants to give up the little secrets of how they do this or how do they do that. Over here is information is just shared. I mean, and which is nice. It's a nice environment. The first time that I realized that these things actually help, I was going into turn 7 at Chuck on my ZX10. I went in there a little bit too fast. Front end just went on me, and I feel the front end sliding, my knees on the ground, and I'm like, crap, I'm crashing. And all of a sudden, I realized that, hey, I'm sliding the front, but I'm still on the bike, and let's pick it up. Just like I did on the little bike. I will push it with my knee, pick it back up, and I was heading down my way to turn 8. So after that, I was like, okay, you know what? That came from the Mini, because that's muscle memory from doing that here. I used to do that here all the time on the 65.
Because whatever you practice, you learn right here, transfer over the big bike.
Big time. I mean, it goes right to the big
we
bikes.
we used to go a lot, to what was the name? To do figure eights.
Figure eights, yeah.
We did a bunch of that. Like we were used to, we were into
every
it a
Sunday
lot.
we used to go do that.
Yeah, we stopped.
A lot of the crowd that comes here goes to our track days. And I mean, and I think the thing about the minis is that you are bringing new people in. I noticed since we started the mini org, obviously I'm on social media and I'm seeing a lot of people buying minis. I'm seeing a lot of people building minis. Why? Because they're seeing that now there is a series here in SoCal, which we haven't had in years. So, I mean, I think it's a good thing. It's going to bring a lot of people into a sport that maybe they wouldn't think of it, or they don't want to go buy a $10,000 bike, or to go to the big track. But you can buy one of these things and build it for about $4 or $5 grand, So it's a lot more affordable. It's going to bring people into a sport that eventually, I'm sure they're going to make it to a big track. So it's good. It's good for the sport.
And we have a bunch of customers that from the big track that are asking for this.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, when are you gonna start this series and everything? So we're like, we've been trying to do it for but now this is the year that we actually are doing it.
But you know how we always talk about the kids, like you see
Yeah,
in
the
Europe.
kids.
In Europe, well, the other kids, the little kids. But you know how in Europe, they got programs. They start these kids like when 2 years old. 2, 3 years old, they're already on the track. We don't really have much of that here in the United States. And there is a lot of mini organizations in the United States, but it's not at least here in Southern California, we didn't have anything for a while, no? So now we have it. Now we're here. We're gonna keep pushing this and trying to make it work. I had no idea what it was gonna take to do this, to be honest with you. The last event, I came ready to race. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna run the event and I'm going to race. I wasn't even put on my leathers. So that's fine. We're tweaking it to where at least maybe I can do a race, maybe.
Okay, so for the big track, we're going February 10 at Chuckwalla, and then March 11 and 12, we're gonna be Saturday and Sunday at Streets of Willow. So we have, our website is number 2WTD.com, 2WTD.com. Same with our Instagram page, 2Wheel Track Days.
Yeah, and Facebook. No?
And Facebook we have the same thing, 2Wheel Track Days.
As a matter of fact, sign up for the races now. We don't want to be doing sign-ups Saturday morning. Let's get it going. Come on, sign up online. It's going to be more expensive here. It's going to be 130 here, 110 if you sign up on the website. So come on. Oh, wait, I got to tell you. Later, man. I am introducing an 18-lap shooter for the minis.
That's right.
So anything from a 65 to a 190, even the 212s or whatever it is, the ovales, 18 laps. That'll be a standalone race. It's going to have its own qualifying, and it's nothing but minis. What do I call it? Extreme 2-wheel Tridex, Extreme Fury Shootout. There you go. It's good fun. They're minis. They're supposed to be fun.